Hey folks, it's Ben Greenfield from bengreenfieldfitness.com, and if you're watching this video, then you probably have some interest in transforming your body. Maybe you gain a little bit of weight over the holidays, or maybe you're making a January 1st resolution to actually change the way that you look. Well, what I want to give you are my top 10 ways that you can transform your body quickly. Because you don't want to spend from now until July fighting the battle of the bulge, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. So I'm going to give you some of my tried and true methods that I use with my clients to get that weight off as quickly as possible. Okay? So what I'm going to do is start with when you get out of bed in the morning, and we're going to move to when you go to bed at night. And I want you to get out your pen or your pencil, a notepad, something to write down, and just start this tomorrow. Because one of the things that you got to realize is that a lot of times, if you are fighting weight, you may have that all or nothing approach, where you're either going to go exercise or you're not. Or you're either going to go take some of the lifestyle and nutrition recommendations that I'm about to give you, and you implement them, or you don't. So you need to ask yourself who you're going to be. Okay? First thing that you're going to do when you get out of bed in the morning is you're going to go on a walk. You can choose an elliptical trainer in your basement. You can walk around your house if you want to, up and down your stairs, bundle up, go outside, doesn't matter. But it needs to be a very, very easy but invigorating fat burning session that takes 20 to 30 minutes. You want to do this on an empty stomach, and it's even better if you get a little bit of green tea or coffee into your system just before you go out. Okay, so that's number one. You're going to come back from that exercise session, or really it's not even an exercise session, it's just a movement session. Have your normal breakfast, okay, and go on throughout the day implementing some of the other techniques I'm going to give you. That's number one, is you want to go on that walk, okay? Going into the afternoon, early evening, late evening, whenever you can squeeze it in, but when your body temperature and your metabolism is going to be a little bit higher and a little bit more able to take on some of the harder work you're going to throw at it, you're going to do another exercise session, okay? And it's not like you're doing 2 hours of exercise a day. This next exercise session that I give you is going to be super quick. What you want to take are 5 different exercises for this exercise session that you're going to do in the late afternoon, the evening, early evening, the late evening, sometime around there. And you're going to do a push-up or a push-up variation, a squat or a squat variation, a lunge or a lunge variation, and some type of pulling movement, whether it be this or this or this. It doesn't matter so long as you're pulling. And then you're going to finish that up with some type of crunch or abdominal exercise. Once you've gone through those 5 sequences, do 2 minutes of cardio as hard as you can and do that 4 times through. That's it. Okay? You don't do that every day. You do that every other day. Okay, so that easy fat burning session is every day. That exercise session I just talked about is every other day. All right? Right after that exercise session, I want you to have a cheat meal. Take a cookie, take a piece of chocolate, take anything that you know is going to be tempting to you and put it into your body right after that hard exercise session, okay? That's going to be your recovery carbohydrate that'll get sucked up into your muscles and used as energy, not shuttled off to your liver and converted into fat. The rest of the day, you're going to be pretty good nutritionally, but the most important thing that you need to do, and this is number 3, is you're not going to have any pasta, any bread, any starch, or any noodles with dinner. Okay, dinner, potatoes are fine, carrots are fine, parsnips, whatever form of carbohydrate that you want that's not a bread or a starch form of carbohydrate, along with a piece of meat or some nuts and cheese if you happen to not eat meat. Okay, you're going to stop eating 2 hours before you go to bed. All right, so if you're going to bed at 10, there's no food that goes into your system from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. And then you're going to sleep during the night and get up in the morning and implement that exercise session. Okay, so let's review. The morning fat burning session, moving on into the afternoon metabolism boosting session, the cheat meal after the metabolism boosting session, and then no carbs before you go to bed with dinner, and 2 hours of no eating anything at all before you hit the sack. Now I want to give you just a couple other bonus tips that are going to help you out a little bit. The first is going to be that any parties, any holiday events, anything that you go to for the next 2 months, I want your goal to not be to consume any alcohol or any sweet drink or soda or anything of that kind, but instead stick to just regular soda or sparkling water mixed with just a little bit of cranberry juice or a little bit of pomegranate juice or a little splash of orange juice, okay? Just a tiny bit of sweetness, because you would be very, very surprised at how quickly alcohol and a lot of the foods that you consume with alcohol will slow down your weight loss process. I've literally watched fat melt off people's body when the only switch that they made when they were out doing their holiday partying or their early in the year partying is they cut out the alcohol. Okay. Next thing is that you don't want to believe the fact that if it says diet or fat-free or artificial sweetener on it, that it's going to help you lose weight. Most of those things, unfortunately, including gum, even though I'm kind of a fan of gum when it comes to curbing mindless eating, such as during a movie, it does stimulate your appetite because that's what artificial sweeteners do. So you want to be very careful with the use of artificial sweeteners. The last thing that I'd like you to do is, if you're going shopping, if you're doing any type of driving around, running errands, park as far away as possible. This is a tip from my book, 100 Ways to Boost Your Metabolism. As far away as possible, no matter where you are. Grocery store, mall, I don't care. Yes, it's inconvenient, but if you're getting an extra 100 or even 1,000 steps during the day because you're parking farther away, it's going to help you tremendously. Okay, so you implement all of those things, staying away from the artificial sweeteners, staying away from the alcohol and substituting soda water, parking as far away as possible, doing the morning fat burning session, the afternoon exercise session with the cheat meal afterwards, avoiding the starches with dinner, not eating for 2 hours before you go to bed in the morning, making sure that in that morning exercise session, if you can, you implement a little bit of green tea, a little bit of caffeine, bada boom, bada bang. Those are some very, very quick ways to transform your body very fast, okay? So put them into practice and you'll be able to watch the fat melt away. This is Ben Greenfield signing out from BenGreenfieldFitness.com.